Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to the home of the Brooklyn Nets, Barclays Center in Brooklyn, New York for the featured bout of the evening. Brought to you by Golden Boy Promotion. Sponsored by Corona Extra, La Cerveza Más Fina, Casamigos Tequila. Brought to you by those who drink it. Metro PC Casino, play tables like never before. This bout sanctioned by the WBA, President Gilberto Mendoza, Supervisor ringside George Martinez, and the New York State Athletic Commission, Chairperson in attendance Melvina Lathan. Introducing your three judges scoring this contest from ringside, Don Ackerman, Max DeLuca, and Tom Schreck. And at the sound of the bell, your third man in the ring, Benji Estes. All right, fight fans, we are set to go with the main event of the evening. 12 rounds of boxing scheduled for the WBA International Welterweight Championship. And now, ladies and gentlemen, live from Barclays Center, Brooklyn, New York, USA, the fight starts now. Introducing first, the champion. Fighting out of the red corner, he was brown with red, white, and blue trim. Official weight, 146 1/2 pounds. Professional record, 34 victories, 5 defeats. He has 17 wins coming by way of knockout. From the Williamsburg section of Brooklyn, New York, he is the former WBA welterweight champion of the world and the reigning, defending WBA International Welterweight Champion, known as the People's Champ, Louis Collazo. His opponent across the ring, the challenger, fighting out of the blue corner. He wears the white with red and black. He also weighed in at a ready 146 1/2 pounds. His professional record, 29 victories, 4 defeats, 2 draws. He has 22 wins coming by way of knockout. Representing Knuckleheads Boxing Gym, fighting out of Ventura, California, by way of Kansas. The former NABO and USBA light welterweight champion and the former WBC welterweight champion of the world, Vicious Victor Ortiz.
Okay, Victor Lewis, you receive your pre-bout instructions. You want to keep it strictly professional, keep it clean, obey my commands at all times, protect yourself at all times. May the best man win. Touch him up.
There is a familiar face in this building particularly, that's Paul Pierce, member now of the Brooklyn Nets. We're set to go with our main event. 12 rounds. It is for a form of a title.
All right, Louis, stay in your corner, man.
And here we go, round one. And Ortiz practically leaps across the ring.
Ortiz told us yesterday in the fighter meetings he would look to box. His body language says he's coming forward, but he's telling us he's not going to be as aggressive. He's going to look to box. So let's see how he comes out early on in the fight.
Comes out with a high guard, Ortiz, and he comes out seemed to be all business.
Left hand of the body to start things by Ortiz.
Here's the thing, Victor also must be chomping at the bit. He hasn't fought in 18 months.
Victor just shoots his head in there. 3-punch combination. Victor It seemed to be a little bit tight, but better change.
Right hand by Ortiz.
He's looking to land a big shot early. He should look to really loosen up and try to set it up. Collazo looks a bit more loose as he's trying to now cut the ring down on Ortiz and make it uncomfortable.
2 southpaws, Paulie. What do you think?
Yeah. Well, 2 out of 3 fights tonight have been a double southpaw.
These guys both experienced, both have been around the track, both have seen just about all there is to see.
Both guys have been in with some of the best in the world. And have shown themselves to be among the best in the world as well. Victor trying to change the look, trying to get into a little bit of a rhythm now. Collazo lands a pretty good left hand there. So Collazo is more in sharpshooting mode. Ortiz is more in I want to land a big punch mode.
Collazo is bringing a jab up from the floor, as we say.
He gives you a really odd angle, though. He's definitely not squared up in front.
Step back. Step back. Step back. Break. Nice.
See the short right hook?
Has to break them there.
Between the clinch, the short right hook. Those are legal shots. You know, the referee will tell you when to break it, tell you keep punching.
Yeah, and he was saying step back, but he wasn't breaking them. And a lot of times, more work is going to happen there.
Little 2 inches though.
It's been mixed. It's been mixed as here Collazo cuts the ring off again. It's both guys pursuing it in times and both guys boxing at times. Seems like Ortiz is looking for the bigger. Collazo seems more in sharpshooter mode, like I said earlier.
Both trying to do some body work early in this fight.
Good combinations by Ortiz. 3-punch combination right on the button. That one was off.
Both guys trying to work the body a lot early on. I think they both see that it's harder to land the headshot as both guys are sharp defensively. So they're trying to target the body a little bit.
So coming to the end of the first round, very close round. Ortiz. So here we go, round 2.
Feeling out-rounded that first round.
Yeah, I don't know who to get at round 2. I mean, back and forth action.
I thought Ortiz was a little busier. I gave it to him.
Collazo landed a good check right hook there, but it seemed to wake up Ortiz, and Ortiz tried to get busy right after that.
You know, Collazo is holding his own. I mean, he's trying to establish, you know, like, I'm not going nowhere. I mean, come what you want to come with, but I'm not going anywhere.
Watch the shots behind the head.
Both guys, like I said, world-class fighters, and both guys are capable against each other.
There's a little headbutt in close quarters.
Yeah, neither guy afraid to mix it up in there physically as well.
Ortiz got warned earlier about using his head or, you know, getting his head in the way of
And again, both guys targeting the body.
Yep. Keep him up. Keep him up.
Oh, good left hand there by Ortiz.
3-punch combination.
Collazo just took a good right hand, and he just gave us a left hand.
Yep. Anything you can do, I can do better, right?
Well, tonight's CompuBox Stats brought to you by ThrowdownFantasy.com. Draft fighters, track stats, and win. And in the first round, Ortiz a little busier. They both threw the same amount of punches.
Good jab by Collazo. This is where now you try to start to see who's going to start to take advantage of the pace of the fight.
You know, Ortiz come off a broken jaw, as we know. He just took a good right hand. I wonder what the effect as rounds go on, whether he still had that in his mind or...
Oh, good left hand and good uppercut. Yeah.
Two good shots from Collazo.
Collazo getting sharper. Ortiz convinced us that he doesn't mind. He's not thinking about his jaw. He had some hard sparring, and his jaw is not a problem. It's not even in his mind. But, of course, when you're getting hit with 8-ounce gloves, things can change.
With no hair game. With no hair game. So, exactly. I mean, I like to pay attention to it as the round go on, but both of these guys are at least Collazo is hitting with sharper punches on the button.
Yeah, this has been a very good round for Collazo.
Seems like Collazo's offense is just a little neater. Seems like Victor's almost too much in a rush. If he can just slow down a half step and just kind of set himself up, he's almost too much in a rush. Sometimes smothering himself, sometimes coming in off balance. Even when he's landing, he's not maximizing his offense. Collazo's got the better balance, so when he lands, it's more visible.
Yeah, double jab of the left hand 2 times in a row by Collazo.
See, it's almost like he's too anxious, Victor. Instead of setting it up, he's almost too anxious to land the big shot.
Right hand and the left hand behind it by Ortiz. Right hand by Ortiz and a pretty good shot. And a left hand behind it.
Stop at the bell.
And a good shot by Ortiz. Ortiz is down.
What a shot.
A tremendous shot. You cannot be...
6, 7, 8, 9.
It's over just like that. There couldn't have been more than a second or two left in that round.
It was a big right hook. He never saw it coming. I told people before, Collazo is very live. This is a world-class fighter. People forgot about him, not because of his mishaps in the ring, but just because they haven't seen him. He's always been on a world-class level.
259.
And he was all about business tonight. Took care of it in the second round. 1 second left in the round when he dropped it.
Excuse me, Doc. 259, knockout. Thank you.
Well, I mean, that's impressive.
Collazo in tears. He's waited. You know, guys, I've been telling people this guy's been on a world-class level the whole time, and he just couldn't get the opportunity to show it against other world-class guys. He's crying out. He knows it, and now the whole world knows it. I've been here, and now everyone else can understand that I deserve these kind of fights constantly.
Absolutely. He was emotional walking into the ring. He's emotional now, but I'll tell you, for that 6 minutes, or 5 minutes and 59 seconds, he was all business.
Yeah, it really was.
Okay.
And you can see him start to get to it all through that round. Let's take another look at it here, Paulie.
You know, things started to open up in this second round. Ortiz went for a big left hand, and then he kind of opened himself up for that right hook. The left hand was too wide. From the southpaw stance, you're supposed to throw that left hand straight. Even if you throw it wide, you don't want to throw it that wide. Came with a too wide of a left hand, and Collazo kind of blocked it and came back with his own right hook. Textbook boxing. Remained calm. Ortiz actually missed the shot, then didn't bring back the hand in time. Collazo stayed calm and delivered the right hook that ended it. The rest of it was just elementary. Here it is again. Just misses with a big left hand. Ortiz put a lot of weight behind it, but didn't bring his body back into position. Thinking too much offense. Before he brought his hand back into position, he's actually looking to throw another hook. Big mistake. You want to reset your offense. You want to reset your position. Collazo made him pay for it.
And you made that point earlier in the round that was exactly what he was doing.
Yep, he was off balance. Too anxious. Way too anxious. Didn't pay attention to the defense. And from that close of a range, a right hook from anybody is going to be delivered pretty heavily.
Well, I'll tell you, people are going to pay attention to Louis Collazo now. As, that was extremely impressive, and it does. It plunges himself right back into things here. Let's